Good afternoon, YouTube. Giving you a quick review update, kind of a longevity view of my whites. These are the smoke jumpers. Originally, these were built and used as a lineman boot. And the difference between the smoke jumper and the lineman boot is the lineman boot has some extra in the midsole. So then when they wear their cats, when they wear their climbing spikes, they call them cats too, they have a little bit more support right there. So it had extra weight, and then it had an extra vamp, extra flap on this side. So when I sent them back, I bought them from a guy that wore them out. Sent them back to Whites, and they rebuilt them from here down. Everything was new, and I have maybe a couple years of firefighting. Again, I'm a structure firefighter, so I'm not out 100% of the time like the true hot shots, but I do get out and work on a hand crew when I can to make some extra money. So these have held up really well. I've even been in water up till here, and it soaks into the leather, but I never really got completely soaked. My socks weren't completely soaked, so it was, in my view, water resistant, and they've held up really well. I think it's time for a postseason cleaning video and re-oiling video. But you can kind of tell the difference between the two leathers here. This was the old leather, this is the new leather, and they seem pretty similar. You kind of see here too, kind of the old and the new. I mean new as in a couple years old, but they have their nicks, they have their scuffs on them, and they've held really well. Just kind of when I was bored, I put some siping in there with my pocket knife. That'll add to the wear. It'll wear a lot quicker, but it'll help you, just like tires in the snow, and grip a little bit more on the rocks and the gravel and stuff. So these are my whites smoke jumpers. Really good boot. I would recommend these to anybody. You need to make sure that you have about 100 hours to break these in before you go out and do any work in them. So you figure 2 hours or 2 weeks plus of just wearing them around, and you could soak them down on the outside with water, kind of soak them down a little bit, get them wet, or you can just wear them hard and oil them up as you go. Good handmade, true handmade boot up in Washington, American-made white smoke jumpers. So hope you enjoy this video. Like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. Have a wonderful afternoon. Adios.